welcome to week 2 of the Youth 4-H Garden Program. Back out at the fairgrounds with Kayla. She's helping me videotape today. And today what we're going to be doing is planting a pizza garden in a window box. So you're going to get a window box like this. And once again, we're going to use some of this potting soil that we use. So we want to fill that up. And we always want to use this potting soil. Like we talked about last week, we want to use this instead of just taking dirt from outside because it's a lot lighter and it has the nutrients that your plants need when they're planted in a container like this. Alright, so we have that out there. So we're planting a pizza garden today, and what that means is it's just a container garden that we're planting all the different herbs that you would use in order to make a homemade pizza. So herbs are all the different things. Today I'm going to plant some parsley, basil, and some cilantro here. And herbs are usually the parts that are like the flowers or the leaf of the plant. And herbs are a great thing to plant in a container garden because they can be planted in there and last all winter, which is good in Minnesota because we can bring in those container gardens inside and we don't have to worry about them, and you can have fresh herbs all winter. And herbs, they're great to use for when you are cooking, and it just adds a lot of flavor to your food. Some other things that we use herbs for, they have a lot of smell, and so some people use herbs to make like soaps or to make, or to put like around the outside of their flower garden so that deer and rabbits don't get into their flower garden. It kind of keeps them away. So the ones we're planting today are ones that we'll cook with. And so what we're going to do is just make a hole, and we're going to make that twice as deep and twice as wide as the soil around our transplants. So today we're doing transplants. Some of you had transplants last week and some of you had seeds. The ones we're doing today are the transplants. So once again, we're going to water it before you take it out of the container. And then you're going to carefully tip it over and pull it out. So right here I'm putting basil in here. If you get basil, we're going to have a couple different kinds. If you get basil, you're going to want to put that in the middle because basil will grow straight and tall, and so that is a good one to put in the middle. So we'll put that down in there, and we'll pack the dirt around that. All right. Some of the other herbs that we have, they sometimes like to drape over the edge. So some of those you want towards the sides so that they don't drape onto your other plants. So here I have some cilantro, and so I'm going to carefully first water that. And then we're going to make a little hole for that. So notice how I'm putting this towards the edge so that if it does drape, it can drape over the side. So then we'll do the same thing there. We will tip this over and carefully pull out your plant. Sometimes you just have to wiggle it a little bit. Get that to come out. All right, so here's our cilantro. Put that right in there and cover that up. So that is a tall one also, but it might do some draping. So keep that off to that side. And then we also have some parsley here. So we'll do the same thing with that. So we'll have a couple of different herbs that you'll get to choose from, and then maybe some other things as well that you would maybe put on your pizza, like onions or peppers or tomatoes, something like that, maybe some celery, so that you can that on your pizza as well. Add a little bit of water. Flip it over. And carefully pull that out. So there is my parsley. And we'll fill that in and just lightly pack it in. Alright. So you'll get a few different ones to choose from there. And then you will also get some of your labels there. So we will get those all ready for you. So this week we're also going to do some different activities about the parts of the plant. So like I said, these are herbs. A lot of them are either the leaves or the flowers of your plant. So the different parts of a plant are the roots, which absorb, and they all kind of have different jobs that they do. So the roots absorb the water and the minerals, and it keeps the plant anchored down. So if a wind comes through, the plant doesn't blow away. Then there's this stem, and that carries the water and the nutrients to all the different parts of the plant. And we have the leaves, and that's where the photosynthesis happens, and it absorbs the light and it produces energy. The flowers produce the seeds, and they also attract pollinators so that some of those like different pollinators like bees and that kind of thing can go and help with the reproduction. And then we have the fruit, which will protect the seeds, and then the seeds disperse and grow into new plants. So we eat all these different parts of the plant depending on which plant we're using. So some of the different activities we'll do this week go around the different parts of the plant and figuring out and matching which ones, what part we eat off of which plant. And then the other thing you're going to do is an experiment where you're going to take scraps of plants. So what we're going to use is some green onion, and you're going to use that and just take the bottom part of it, and you're just going to put the bottom of it in some water, and there'll be some directions with that, and you can watch it as it grows just in that water. So you can just regrow plants just from the scraps that you have around home. So once you're all done planting all that, we're going to want to water the whole thing, and then we're going to place it in a sunny area. Make sure you water so that it starts to drain out of the bottom. You want lots of water when you have all these in one container like this.